In the 3rd century BCE, in the Cypriot city of Citium, there lived a prosperous merchant named Zeno. During a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, disaster struck. His ship sank, taking his entire cargo with it. In one uncontrollable moment, this affluent man was reduced to poverty. Picture yourself as Zeno. How would you respond if your life's work vanished in an instant due to a force of nature? What would be the right response? Would you rage, grieve, or feel betrayed by fate? For most, such reactions would feel instinctive, but not for Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. A single shift in perspective can ripple into eternity, and a small change in mindset can spark a cascade of deeper transformations. At its core, Stoicism embodies acceptance and equanimity. Inspired by the writings of Socrates and other great thinkers, Zeno crafted and preached Stoicism, teaching that while we have little control over external events, we wield full authority over our reactions and must wield it wisely. Rather than mourning his lost cargo, Zeno chose to remain composed, maintaining balance and neutrality despite his ruinous circumstances. Today, Stoics are often seen as stoic, unshakable figures immune to emotional extremes like anger or fear. Yet Stoicism's original vision was far richer, not a mere trait of emotional detachment, but a framework for understanding and navigating the world. It was a way of life that has endured for centuries. Stoic principles remain as relevant now as they were millennia ago, offering timeless benefits. Stoicism enables us to transform negative emotions from painful events into insights that grant us a fresh perspective. Perspective shapes everything, and each person's unique experiences shape their worldview. Stoics taught and debated their philosophy in public spaces, making their ideas accessible to all. They believed Stoicism could benefit anyone, so they saw no need to confine their wisdom to elite schools or palaces. As a result, Stoicism welcomed everyone, from slaves to emperors, and it did. Notable Stoics included Epictetus, whose name means acquired due to his past as a slave, Seneca, a distinguished statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, among history's most powerful figures. Early Stoics lived their values, opposing division and championing equality. They coined the term cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world. Today, we associate this word with diverse global hubs like New York, Toronto, Dubai, or London, exactly the kind of unity Stoics advocated. In Stoicism's early days, women were barred from studying philosophy, but Stoics rejected this exclusion. Musonius Rufus, Epictetus's mentor, argued, "Virtue is not exclusive to men. Women, too, possess a natural inclination toward it. Women, no less than men, delight in noble and just actions and shun their opposites. If so, why should men alone seek to live well through philosophy while women are denied?" Even when such views were radical, women could study and embrace Stoicism. Why does Stoicism resonate as a way of life? In a world of unpredictable twists, emotions often cloud our judgment. We don't grieve because bad things happen, but because they catch us off guard. Rain is beneficial. It nourishes crops, sustains livestock, and cools the air. But getting caught in a downpour without an umbrella is hardly pleasant. Yet, we don't weep at every raindrop. Why? Because we've learned to anticipate rain. It's unavoidable. We can't control the weather. Though inconvenient, rain passes and sunshine returns. Stoicism teaches us to expect life's hardships in the same way, to envision the worst outcomes and accept their possibility. A Stoic practice called voluntary discomfort fosters gratitude. Sleep on the kitchen floor, take cold showers, or eat only potatoes for days. These exercises reveal that, no matter the hardship, you can endure and survive and even thrive with the right mindset. By embracing discomfort, we subtly train our minds for future challenges. In today's world, Where advertisements insist that happiness hinges on the latest gadgets, a certain look, or a specific income, Stoicism's message is vital. We enter life knowing little, learning from home, school, and the world around us. Yet these sources often contradict each other. Must we absorb it all? If we do, we risk setting unrealistic expectations, leading to disillusionment and discontent. This isn't living. Instead, we should pursue self-improvement for its own sake, acting for ourselves alone. Tying our actions to external hopes or motives breeds disappointment. Often we seek to fill this void with material things. Spending fortunes on luxury cars, homes, or even families, sometimes we chase these for their outward value, not their inner worth. Stoicism warns that this surrenders your happiness to unreliable external forces. Cars fail, disasters raise cities, and divorce rates climb. Even life's free things carry a cost, mental and physical space. As Seneca wrote, living with less creates room for what truly matters. Our happiness should stem from our intrinsic value as humans, not from possessions or acquisitions. We must strive to stay calm amid life's storms, for while we control little of what happens, we fully control how we respond. This is the dichotomy of control, Stoicism's cornerstone. Epictetus put it simply, our primary task is to distinguish what I can control from what I cannot, to clearly see what lies in external circumstances beyond my power and what stems from my own choices. Stoics urge us to separate the controllable from the uncontrollable, defining our worth by what we command, not what eludes us. Pursuing goals is admirable, but despairing when plans falter is, to Stoics, futile. Making a YouTube video is simpler than ruling Rome, but still demanding. You brainstorm ideas, research, scrap them, start over, write a script, film, edit, design a thumbnail, craft a title, and more before hitting publish. Until that moment, it's all in your hands. But once you publish, the algorithm takes over. Yet many gauge their channel's success by views, subscribers, or likes, metrics largely beyond their control. Stoics advise judging success by the effort you invest, not external outcomes. Trust the process. Living with less frees you from self-imposed societal chains. Consider someone who works diligently for 6 months, believing they've earned a promotion. They present their work to their boss, who thanks them but denies the raise. They return home feeling worthless, not considering that the boss might have been in a foul mood. Another candidate was better suited, or the company was strapped for cash. Ignorant of the reason, they're crushed. Had they valued the quality of their work and kept striving, they'd be happier. With the right perspective, their goal isn't gone, just deferred. This mental reframing is pivotal. A true Stoic doesn't measure success by wealth, but finds solace in living well without material trappings. Stoicism rests on 4 virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom discerns the internal from the external, guiding our responses. As Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response lies a space, and in that space is our power to choose. Courage means perseverance and resilience. Temperance is economy of words, saying more with less. While billionaires vie for Forbes' top spot, Stoics see wealth's limit as having what's necessary, then what's sufficient. Justice, the paramount virtue, holds that no one should harm another, for we're born to aid each other, not ourselves. Nelson Mandela, a towering African leader, fought apartheid and was imprisoned for 27 years. Upon becoming South Africa's president, many expected him to punish those tied to apartheid or his incarceration. He didn't. In prison, Mandela studied Marcus Aurelius, embracing Stoic values he lived by. Rather than seeking vengeance, he urged reconciliation and renewal, stressing that the past is uncontrollable and the future is theirs to shape. This is the Stoic path. In modern medicine, Stoicism informs therapies like rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT, and logotherapy. REBT helps patients spot negative thought patterns fueling emotional or behavioral issues, challenging their logic and replacing them with healthier beliefs. Logotherapy, rooted in Stoic purpose, posits that meaning drives us. Even in despair, we can find joy by discovering purpose. But this is no simple feat. It's a journey. We must rewire our minds, out with the old, in with the new. To find happiness, we practice self-respect, redefining value by what we control. By focusing on the controllable, we shed obsession with the uncontrollable, living more joyfully. Stoicism guides us through life's tempest to calmer seas, and if our ship sinks, we take comfort in having lived well, however briefly, for everything ends.